So my parents cut me off for supporting Donald Trump. My family disowned me. My cousins don't speak to me.
So apparently my wife is like leaving me. I just found out on TikTok. Just because I voted for Trump. I'm done. I don't have any more resilience in me. I don't know why. I don't know why I had to lose everything just because of a vote.
Regret voting for Trump. You guys told me I would, and here we are, just barely over a month after he was sworn in, and I have so many reasons, so many disappointments, and I've lost so many rights as a woman already, so I guess I'll just start.
Isn't it funny how in all these videos of people complaining about the Trump tariffs negatively affecting their business, they'll wait till the very end of the video to tell you they voted for Donald Trump? Like this gentleman right here who spends 30 seconds complaining about how the Trump tariffs are negatively affecting prices of materials he needs for his farm. That he voted for Trump, but didn't tell you until the very end of the video. These people demand empathy, but want to give you this whole spiel about why we should feel sorry for them before they tell you why they're in the predicament they're in. They're in the predicament they're in because they voted for this shit. Worst of the Trump administration isn't even what's affecting them. The only reason they're complaining about tariffs is because it hurts them personally. But they can sit there and watch the Trump administration collude with a foreign government in deporting American citizens to a maximum security camp and be fine with that part. But he draws the line at having to pay $1.30 per farming stake. That's where he draws the line.
The world is witnessing the death of America. Not from an outside force, but from a low-level con man, a pathological liar, a convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist that also inherited $400 million at birth and still managed to go bankrupt 6 times. Yet he's convinced millions of Americans that he's their savior, that he's this great deal maker, that he's this great leader. It's almost, if it was a movie, we would go see it and we would think it was completely unrealistic. We would think enough people would rise up to stop him, just as we believed the Germans would do that before Hitler seized control of the country and murdered 6 million Jews. You guys, this is happening right now, and we are running out of time fast. Let's look at the facts. You think I'm exaggerating? He's got the courts locked up. He's got the judges terrified. He's got the media terrified. He's suing 60 Minutes right now. That's going to set a precedent if he wins to shut down the media. You won't have objective media anymore. Look what he's done with some of the people in the media. Joe Scarborough went down and kissed the ring for Trump because he's terrified of him. Bill Maher just did it last week. He went to dinner with Donald Trump and talked about how great of a guy he was and how nice he was at dinner. He's terrified of Trump, and so he's basically given up and kissed the ring. He's doing this across the board, guys. He's almost got everything wrapped up. Today, it just happened a few minutes ago, Trump was recorded as saying to the president of El Salvador, they need to build more jails because Trump wants to do a lot more of this, deporting American citizens to be locked up forever in jails in El Salvador without due process. That's what he just did. He's already done this. Okay, he made a mistake, admitted the mistake that the person shouldn't have been there, and they won't even go get him. And and the courts went against him, and he pushed back. We're talking about innocent people here. If he can do it to one person, he can do it to you, anyone in your family. He can do it to me. Imagine anyone who speaks out in the future. Videos like this won't be able to be made because he's going to lock us down. He'll deport us without due process. He's the most powerful man in the world. He can do anything. Guys, it's almost over. We're running out of time. He's only been in office less than 90 days. In another 90 days, we may not be able to have any protests or have any free speech. The American experiment is dying right in front of our eyes. If you think I'm exaggerating, watch the news. It's happening. If you studied anything about what happened in Hitler's Germany, you'll see the parallels. They exist. He's following the playbook step by step. It's almost over. Fight back in any way you can before it's too late.
The Stars and Stripes Collective will continue to stand strong. We're not falling for the bought, paid media's bullshit and lies. We're not falling for the fact that Trump supporters and those who would support this administration are regretting their vote. Because that's a lie. No, we're not. And even though my feed here on my FYP seems to be flooded with Democrats and liberals trying to say that people who voted for Trump are regretting their votes. No, we're not. Show me some. Come on this post right now. Comment that you voted for Trump and you regret your decision. Because if you say that, you're a liar. We are 3 months in to a 48-month term. Everything takes time. We have entered uncharted waters. What Trump is doing should have been done a long time ago, but no one had the balls to do it. If you come on this post saying that you voted for Trump and you regret it, I'm going to guarantee that you've got a profile with no picture and no content created. By the end of the year, we are going to see a difference in this country and in this economy, and everybody bitching about it will get to reap the rewards. And that's okay by me, because I love America and I love Americans and I want to see everybody flourish. I can't understand for the life of me people who want to see the economy crash, all because they don't like the orange man. It's absurd. You're absurd. And we do not regret our votes. Have the day you do.
And MAGA family, I don't want to spend Thanksgiving alone. Is there please anyone that I could spend Thanksgiving with? I have no family, so I would love to spend Thanksgiving with somebody. Please, thank you.
We tried to warn you, Trump voters, but no. You just had to believe all the lies because you did your own research. Well, let me read a little bit of an article here right now to just give you a flavor of what's to come and how big a mistake you people made in screwing us all. Mexico's government on Monday signaled that it planned to hit back with trade restrictions of its own if President-elect Donald Trump followed through on his threats to impose sky-high tariffs on Mexican exports to the United States. Quote, "If you put 25% tariffs on me, I have to react with tariffs," said this was Mexico's economy minister. So, and I know some of you are thinking, well, so what, man? Who cares about Mexico? Well, Mexico is one of our biggest trading partners, if not our biggest trading partner. We get a hell of a lot of products from Mexico, including a lot of agricultural products. A lot of the fruits and vegetables that you buy at the store come from Mexico. So if Donald Trump slaps a tariff on all Mexican goods, that means the price of all of those things that you buy from Mexico, and I promise you, you buy a lot from Mexico, all of those things are going to be more expensive. And Mexico is going to reciprocate and put tariffs on American exports. And that is going to hurt American producers and cost Americans jobs. And they're going to see decreases in their wages. This is what happens when you impose tariffs. Now, I know you guys didn't understand a damn thing about tariffs because you don't understand anything on your own and you just believe everything that comes out of Donald Trump's pie hole. But here we are. And if Donald Trump actually follows through on these tariffs, as he promised repeatedly on the campaign trail that he was going to do, and you guys all voted for him, yay, Trump, we love tariffs, he's going to crash our economy. You know, the economy that you actually think sucks right now, well, the economy is actually really good right now. It's the strongest economy in the world. And you're going to see how good it is once Donald Trump destroys it. You're going to wish you had this economy back. So anyways, good job. Way to go.
I voted for him for lower grocery prices. He promised me cheaper prices on groceries. And that has not happened. Not only has that not happened, I am getting my food stamps taken. I am getting my cash assistance taken. I am getting my Section 8 taken. I am getting all my welfare governments taken. I did not ask for this. I would not have voted for him if I knew this was going to happen. So what do I do now? What do the people do now? The ones that regret their vote. What do we do? I can't go out and get a regular job. And it's not even about It's not even about, you know, these families being separated from their loved ones. It's not about these 5 and 6 year olds getting their families taken away from them in the middle of a school day. It's not about any of that. It's about me and my food stamps and my cash assistance. Me. That I'm the only one that matters in this country. I am taking my life back.
Stop posting the Trump videos because it seems like they were getting to people. I guess being a black Trump supporter is a very bad thing in America nowadays. So if you're black and you voted for Trump, get ready for the backlash. Get ready for people to say very mean things about you, hateful things about you. And it's just things that you can't control because we live in a society that's judgmental nowadays. That's why I've barely been posting. So I used to post a lot of Trump supporter videos, but hey, I stopped posting on social media when it came to those things. So that
I regret ever voting for Trump. I was promised to have my rights taken away and I still have to go to work tomorrow. Hilarious. But have you ever considered that it's not just your rights on the line? Have you ever thought to think beyond, your personal situation and your own personal comfort and think about those who are vulnerable around you? Because when I went to vote during the election, I wasn't thinking solely about my own rights and my own comfort. I wasn't thinking that much about the economy and how it was going to affect me personally. Whether or not I was going to have to budget or whether or not I was going to suffer. I was thinking mostly about the vulnerable communities around me. For example, the immigrants who are being deported right now. I just need to ask, when will enough be enough? When we are deporting immigrants to what is essentially a concentration camp in El Salvador, a place known for torture, starvation, and forced labor, and we are deporting them there without due process, how does that not horrify you? The Trump administration literally rounded them up and accused them all of being gang members, even though a lot of them had protected status and had no criminal record. But it doesn't matter because they have no due process. And some people don't seem to get, I've seen people say, oh, well, if you're a criminal, you don't deserve due process, which is stupid. Because first of all, who do you think due process is for? Without due process, it doesn't matter if you're a criminal or not. You are whoever the government says you are. And people literally got mistakenly deported because of tattoos that, they thought were gang affiliated. One man was deported for having an autism awareness tattoo for his brother. Not to mention Kilmar Burger Garcia. He's a father from Maryland, he's a legal resident, married to a U.S. citizen, and has been here since he was, a teenager, I'm pretty sure. Came here seeking asylum and was granted it. Yet he was arrested, and his wife didn't even know where he was until she saw him in a video with other prisoners in El Salvador. The Trump administration literally kidnapped him and deported him mistakenly. And they admitted that. And even though the Supreme Court ruled that they have to return him, they're not going to. The press secretary literally said, we have to facilitate his return, not effectuate it. Which is absolutely disgusting. And the president of El Salvador said he has no plans to smuggle a terrorist in the United States. Calling Kilmar a terrorist, even though he wasn't. He was just a victim of gang violence who had to flee his country for his own safety. They're just straight up lying. They accidentally deported a man to a concentration camp, and they have no plans to bring him back. When will enough be enough for you? How does that not horrify you? Especially when Trump is now talking about deporting U.S. citizens. And you might think, oh, well, I'm not a criminal, so I'm fine. But again, if there's no due process, you are whoever they say you are. The Supreme Court even said that Trump can deport Mahmoud Khalil, the pro-Palestine protester who was arrested on Columbia's campus, even though they basically admitted that he didn't commit a crime. They're deporting him because he criticized the Israeli government, essentially getting rid of free speech entirely. I don't know what it's going to take to get Trump supporters to understand that their rights are not the only ones that matter. We have reached a horrifying point in U.S. history, one that will be studied by your grandkids. And right now you get to make the choice of what they're going to learn about you. Choose very carefully which side of history you want to be on, because you're going to have to live with that choice for the rest of your life.
All right, I hate asking for help. I'm not asking for any handouts, but I'm a small business owner that is directly being affected by the 104% tariff that has been put on China.
The one demographic in this country I feel no sympathy for if they suffer is the white male conservative, because you don't care about me. You don't care about the greater good, and you haven't for a very long time. White people in specific have been voting majority conservative since 1964 when Lyndon B. Johnson was elected as president. You tell me you're a business owner, which leads me to believe that you're a little bit smart. You didn't see what Trump did in his first term? He was terrible for business. He was terrible for the middle class in his first term. He was terrible for the little guy. And what's annoying about this is you will learn nothing because people tried to check you on that video and you learned nothing.
I love this for you. I love this. Nice. I love this for you. I love to see you fail. I love to see your family be affected and hurt because you voted for Trump. Yeah, I voted for Trump. Absolutely.
If Donald Trump somehow waved a magic wand and ran for re-election in 2028, you would vote for him out of a cardboard box on the side of the street that he put you in. And therein lies the issue. You'd rather starve than hold hands with the oppressed.
My Trumpy neighbor has just taken down her signs. You don't know what that means to me. It's getting real.
It's a fascinating moment of reckoning, really. Will they double down and convince themselves this is all part of the plan? Or will they finally admit they've been sold a bill of goods that's about as reliable as a knockoff Rolex? Either way, grab your popcorn, folks. The MAGA meltdown is in full swing, and it's serving up more drama than a reality TV reunion.
Everybody that's left-handed, give me $6. We're gonna go ahead and take everybody's right shoe. If you drive a Nissan, we're going to kill you. We're going to close most of the lanes on the highways. Take the tires. We're gonna take the tires on all of the cars. We're going to put the tires into the ocean. If you use pronouns in a sentence, we're gonna put you in the ocean. I'm gonna yell at Canada. We're going to abolish weekends. No more weekends.
In what I believe in, and I felt heavy on my heart that it's the right thing. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry. My heart's broken. My grandma just sent me a very sad text that broke my heart. And my mom has yet to text me back.
You know it's a crazy day when grandma is more progressive than you. A woman that probably was alive during the time where it was okay to be racist, when it was okay to be misogynistic, when it was okay for division. This woman is more progressive than you.